Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here for another video right here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below, and subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and share this video all over the internet. And tap that bell, turn on all my notifications, so you never miss an upload. And YouTube can get my videos out to you, hopefully. And if not, well, they can suck a big fat cock. That's all I can say about that. So turn on all my notifications so you never miss an upload when I go live. And follow me on Facebook and friend me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and share this video all over the internet, and subscribe to all my channels and hit that like button. God damn it. And that's it. All right, got my good buddy Nick Infante92 in the chat. What's up, Nick? How you doing? All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this hot, steamy, well, not steamy, but it was hot, Thursday evening, June the 25th, 2020, it is time for your late and out-of-date NXT review for June the 24th, 2020, from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Well, this was the big one, ladies and gentlemen. This was the week that NXT was going to have the big match for the North American title. Keith Lee taking on Finn Balor, and Johnny Gargano, the winner, faces Adam Cole, baby, for the North American and NXT World titles. Winner takes all, July 8th. And we had that match, and it was pretty damn good. Now we have a winner, and who faces Adam Cole, baby, for the NXT World title and the North American title. We all know, as I mentioned on my AEW review, it was Keith Lee who won. I'll talk about the match in full in a little bit. But Keith Lee will take on Adam Cole, baby, in a winner-takes-all match for both belts on July the 8th. But next week, we have the Great American Bash. Good way to one-up AEW. And boy, did freaking NXT one-up AEW. Not with the Great American Bash. I don't know if it's going to be a two-night event, but probably will be, you know, how WWE works. But they have the Great American Bash next week. And the ratings have come out, and holy shit. AEW's win streak has ended, ladies and gentlemen. It has ended as NXT destroyed AEW in the ratings. They got, I believe, 700. Let me check the ratings again. I think it was 766,000 views, and AEW got about 633,000 views. Ugh. It sucks when you don't have Moxley on the show. I mean, you can't really blame Moxley. You gotta blame the fucking virus. So NXT finally wins. I think it's the second win of 2020. I might be wrong. The second or third win of 2020. They just destroyed AEW, and hopefully AEW comes back this coming Wednesday night with Fyter Fest, and everybody watches Fyter Fest. I think you should all watch Fyter Fest, even if the Moxley Brian Cage match doesn't happen. Is a very good possibility, because Moxley, you know, he was exposed to someone who has COVID, which was his wife. So now they're separated in the house. Renee Young has COVID, has the fucking virus now. But she's getting better, thankfully, which is good. Moxley he got tested negative, thankfully. And, you know, he's quarantining in wherever they are. I think they live in Phoenix, or they live in Florida. I don't know. I think they live in Phoenix. something like that, or Nevada, something like that. But yeah, they're separated in the house. They're in one room, another person's in another room. Probably like what me and the missus will be if one of us catches this fucking virus when we come back from Florida. Hopefully not, but we'll see. We'll see how we do when we get back, or how we do when we get to Florida. The air might be contaminated, which we all know is. I think this virus is you can get it through the air or some shit like that. So as long as you wear a mask, you're protected. But I'm not going out anywhere. I'm gonna be inside most of the time. The only time I'll be outside is when I get off the fucking plane, and if I go to the pool, or I may go out to a casino, but that's the only time I'll probably be out. So. But we're gonna take extra precautions and everything, and yeah, that's that. So like I said, NXT destroyed AEW in the ratings by a lot, by like over 100,000 views. NXT was number 20. I believe they were number 26 in the cable ratings. NXT was number 26 in the cable ratings. AEW was 17. So a lot more people kind of watching AEW, but not a lot of people. They only got over 630,000 views, somewhere around there. And so they did, NXT got a big win, a huge win, and in the ratings, and we'll see if they can capitalize and continue that trend next week when they have the Great American Bash going up against the first night of Fyter Fest, and we'll see what happens. That's that. But last night on NXT was a pretty good show. Some good storyline progression going into the Great American Bash and going into the July 8th show, which is going to be a huge show. Huge. All I gotta say about that. All right, let's get into the review. Let's not waste any time. And if you have next week anything you want, we'll probably go for a long one here. We not too long, but we'll go for a while. Probably maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at most. I don't know. But I got nothing really to do tonight, so I could talk forever if I wanted to. But I got a 20-hour time limit, so I'm not going to use all of it. But because I got to do my reviews for next week, then I got to do my NXT review, AEW review on the July 8th show for Fyter Fest Night 2, and then the NXT review will come up on July the 9th, because I should have that day off. And if not, well, I'll probably come that Friday, because I have that day off, and then I'll be on vacation, so you won't be getting any videos from July 11th to July 16th. So I'll be away, and I won't be able to do videos down in Florida because the internet, So I really don't want to do videos while I'm on vacation. On my rest and relaxation, and maybe get a tan. I don't know. Not that I need it, because I'm not pale like Sheamus or anything, but it would be nice to get a tan. All right, enough about that bullshit. So we start off NXT, like I said, was a good show. We start off with a video of Cameron Grimes. This was like maybe before the show started. Cameron Grimes attacking Damian Priest, slammed his body into the car door. We see officials check on Damian, and he was holding his back in serious pain. And that's that. And then we go the Grimes coming out for his match with Damian, and his match with Damian, and he gets on the mic and says he knows his scheduled opponent can't compete. He starts dissing and berating Damian for missing the biggest match of his career, especially since Grimes faced Finn Balor last week with a broken jaw and lost. But it is what it is. He says he wants a forfeit win, but we see Damian Priest hit the ring with his music, and Grimes jumps him before the bell can even ring. And then the bell finally rings. Priest starts fighting back, hits a big boot, goes for a corner avalanche, missed it, and we see his ribs all taped up. And Grimes goes to work on that injured rib. And they go to the outside where Grimes keeps attacking the ribs. Priest goes for the razor's edge out on the outside, but Grimes just hits the cave-in on the outside. Ow. That. And Grimes gets back in the ring. The referee's counting Damian Priest out, and he gets in about 9.95. Just beat the count. And Grimes went to work right away. He tries for a corner attack. Priest avoided it, but still, Cameron Grimes got the cave-in in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Cameron Grimes picks up another big win for himself. I mean, he beat Finn Balor 1 week. Now he's like a couple of weeks ago. Now he beat a big guy named Damian Priest. So, you could throw Cameron Grimes' name in the North America title picture. Not that he's gonna win the belt, but you could throw his name in the hat. But and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And we will move on from there. And that's it. And like I said, the chat room's open, so ask me anything you want. Could be about the coronavirus, could be about wrestling, could be about baseball, basketball, wrestling, anything you want. Open forum. Ask me any fucking thing you want. And that's that. And share the link. I'll put the link in the description box, so you can share it on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you share share my video. So there's the link. I'll put it right here. So just copy and paste that, share it with your friends on Twitter and Facebook, have them join in. Maybe you have a nice big size room. We got 3 people now, but hopefully, maybe more, because, I'm looking at StreamYard and it says 3. I would like to get maybe more than 3, maybe 5, maybe 10, 100, 1,000. No, I would love to get to 1,000, but I got close. I didn't get that close, but I had 330 something people on my Money in the Bank review. That was like 2 months ago, or a month or so ago. Never know, people. You never know. But we got that. So Damian Priest gets the win, picks up another big win for himself, and we'll see what happens with him as the weeks and months, as the weeks continue on. Like I said, he probably will be thrust into the North American title picture, so he is a threat to Keith Lee's title. Like I said, I don't think he's going to win, but he's a threat, but we'll see what happens with that. And that's that. Kind of like me in XWF. I'm a threat, and the threat will always kick your ass. That's all I have to say about it. By the way, XWF99.com. Join the revolution and get your ass kicked by me. And that's it. That's that. All right, we have my good buddy Thunder Knuckles in the chat. I'll answer your comments in a little bit. Let me just get to this review, and then we'll talk some wrestling and some other stuff. And that's that. All right, then we get to a video from early in the day. We see Rhea Ripley asked about Io Shirai, saying the division was hers. Rhea respects it, and then Robert Stone, Robbie E, comes in, obviously stoned off his ass, no pun intended. Talks about Rhea throwing him in the dumpster last week because she's playing hard to get. And he mentions that Aaliyah officially signed with the Robert Stone brand. Then he says he doesn't usually give second chances often, but offered her a golden ticket. Then, he's like this. And then Rhea's like, boom, right in the stomach. leveled him in the stomach with a big right hand, and then she threw him in the dumpster again. And then we see Aaliyah come over to help, and then she yells at Rhea for throwing him in the trash. And then she also said Rhea's career went into the trash. And Aaliyah slaps her, slaps her right in the mush. And Rhea's like, "Oh, you got yourself a golden ticket because we're gonna fight tonight." So we gotta get Rhea Ripley and Aaliyah in a match. Not that I really give two shits, but that's that. I think they want to make Rhea Ripley a heel. Not doing a good job. But I know we'll have to see over the next couple weeks how that's going to play out with her and Io probably fighting for the NXT Women's Championship, which could happen anytime. It could happen next week. It could happen on the July 8th show. It could happen at NXT TakeOver Boston if it's in Boston. Still, we don't know. We still don't know. And it's June the 25th, about 2 months away from, just about a little over, under 2 months away from SummerSlam. Still don't know where it is. I don't know what phase Boston's in right now. I would assume probably phase 1 or phase 2. So we still don't know if Boston's going to hold SummerSlam at the TD Garden Arena or in Fenway Park. We don't know. Don't know if people are going to be there. Probably not. Who knows at this point? But like I said, I don't know how Boston's doing with this fucking virus. I don't know what phase they're in. I know New York is going to be in phase 3 next Monday night. Not this coming Monday night, but next Monday. But the following Monday, July the 6th, going into phase 3, which is more and more stuff opening up with about 25% capacity. So maybe MSG will open up. Barclays Center might open up, but only 25% capacity, which is probably like maybe 1,000 people. Not that much. At 25%, I would say 25% of 18,000. Do the math on that one, but I can't do the math in my head. And I'm not going to even do it on the computer, but I would say maybe a couple hundred people, maybe at most 1,000, 1,500 people maybe in the Barclays Center and in MSG. Certainly not at the National Coliseum because that's closing down, which fucking sucks. And then you got the Prudential Center in Newark, which is a hop, skip, and jump away from me. But AEW might be coming back with the Blood and Guts thing. Who knows? Or they just might do an AEW Dynamite show. But that's probably going to be next year. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But, when New York's starting to come back slowly but surely, and like I said, phase 3 begins on July the 6th. Probably a couple weeks after that, we get the phase 4, which is just about everything opening up. Maybe more things, and like restaurants maybe gets about 33 to 50% capacity. Like arenas will be opening up. What sucks is by the time phase 4 comes, malls and freaking movie theaters and gyms won't be open. When are they going to open that? Phase 5? There is a phase 5? Probably won't open until the end of the year at this point. People got to go to the gym because you're weak. Guys like me, I have a gym in my house. So I do yoga, so I do DDP yoga because it ain't your mama's yoga. Not that I haven't done any recently, but still get the freaking. That's all I gotta say about that. And yes, I'm not wearing a shirt because I'm fucking hot. It's fucking hot in my house. I got the AC cranking. It's the summer. What are you gonna do? And that's that. And we'll move on from there. So, like I said, and I don't know what's going to happen with NXT with Io and Rhea. We'll probably have to see next week on the program, and maybe later on, but we'll see. So yeah, Rhea and Aaliyah coming up later on. Should be a fun match, but we'll see what happens with that. All right, then we get a video of Timothy Thatcher and his That's Thatch Can wrestling school, where he's showing students some wrestling moves and stuff. Pretty good stuff. This week he showed off how to make someone tap with various submissions, and he seems to be having a good old time doing it. No, I think last week he showed how to perform a Fujiwara armbar, and this week, showing various moves like the Fujiwara armbar, various different submissions. I don't think a sharpshooter was involved. I don't even know what submissions were viewed because I barely even saw it. But that's really all I gotta say about that. So I mean, it's a good series, showing the MMA style or the jiu-jitsu or whatever Timothy Thatcher's into. I think it's mostly MMA, kind of showing that MMA side, which WWE kind of tries to delve into a little bit, especially with the fight pit, which looks like a freaking scaffold cage match. That's what it is. I mean, it's a cage with a scaffold around it. It's a scaffold cage match. First time we've seen that. That would have been great back in the 80s, with the Midnight Express and the Road Warriors. When they fought on a scaffold back in the 80s in the NWA over the tag team belts. And when Jim Cornette fell from the freaking scaffold and broke his leg. He wasn't even that high up and he breaks his leg. It was maybe 10, 15 feet up in the air. And he falls and breaks his freaking leg. That was like 30 some odd, 40, almost 30 some odd years ago. But fuck Jim Cornette. That's all I gotta say about that fucking sick bastard he is. And he's denying everything, all these accusations and shit. And more are coming out. Ring of Honor put out a statement saying we have a zero tolerance policy and we're going to talk to the wrestlers that are involved in these accusations. Mostly Marty Scurll, and Jay Lethal has been in the realm of abusing women. Surprised he didn't abuse AJ Lee except for a pussy, but that's another story for another time. Sorry, Phil. Jay Lethal hit that first, baby. That's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, they're probably investigating Jay Lethal and Marty. Marty's the booker, so he might have to step down from being the booker now if these accusations about a 16-year-old girl are true. He's still kind of denying it. He's talking about it, but he's kind of like saying it was consensual. I don't know what's going on. But it's a big freaking black eye to the world of wrestling. All these fucking people coming out of the woodwork, with their stories. Even indie wrestlers are coming out of the woodwork. Some of them I have on my Facebook page. Like talking about it, like Candy Cartwright, Ariel Nix. That's some wrestlers here in the Northeast talking about it. The UK wrestlers are talking about it. Terry Reynolds said that Brock Lesnar flashed his dick in front of her. Do you have any proof of that? Brock was like 20-something years old back then. Like 20-some-odd years ago. And now he's banging Sable. Go figure. Some of these accusations, they just want the 15 seconds of fame and, the Me Too movement and the speaking out movement. They want to get their stories out. I understand that, but, you got to have some substance, some evidence. You can't just take their word for it. People. One person has one side. People have the other side. Guys like Matt Riddle, Jordan Devlin, involved. David Starr, like I mentioned before, Joey Ryan. Other stars that have been named. Matt Riddle's denying it, of course. He's lawyered up, so probably having that case in a couple of months. I don't know when they're gonna talk about it. Marty's probably gonna be lawyering up soon. I assume Jordan Devlin is lawyered up. Ligero is lawyered up. A lot of people, are getting their lawyers involved. Trying to maybe get a defamation of character case or a harassment case, something like that. But like I said, this whole thing with the sexual abuse thing is fucking a black eye on wrestling. And wrestling, not the same wrestling we know back then. Over the last couple of years, it's just kind of sank. Even with the infusion of AEW right now. Still, the product is kind of stale. And, AEW is the dominant brand right now because WWE kind of fucking sucks right now. Even though NXT beat them this week in the ratings, that doesn't really do much. Gives you a nice big win, but what did they do? Can you capitalize on it? Can you do it next week? Can you do it in successive weeks like AEW has been doing? Hunter and Shawn Michaels put up a good show this week, and they're going to be doing that next week and probably the following week too. They got the Great American Bash next week. I would assume it's going to be night 1, and probably get the Great American Bash night 2 with Keith Lee and Adam Cole Bay for both belts. They're going to have a big show. Not the big show, but a big show. That's all I got to say about that. That's that. And, the sexual abuse now with the fucking virus going around, freaking people getting it. And, Adam Pearce got it. Renee Young got it. Caleb Braxton was talking about she got it twice. And I think she deleted her Twitter account because of all the fucking idiots on social media. Alexa Bliss put her Twitter on private, even though I could see her tweets. So it's really not on private. Or maybe it's just on private and friends and followers can only see it. I don't know. But just getting, these stupid people on social media who should not be on social media. And, attacking wrestlers because, they're married and they're with a significant other in the world of music. Like Alexa Bliss was targeted by some dudes like why are you with Murphy anymore? Why are you with Ryan Cabrera? Blah blah blah, and then the dude makes a threat to Alexa Bliss, and then Alexa's like, "Oh, you're gonna make a threat to me? I'm gonna send this to Twitter, the Twitter police. I'm gonna get you fired." So, there's fucking idiots on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Idiots. Just trolls and idiots on social media. Everywhere, every website, you got trolls. YouTube, Dailymotion, Vimeo, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitch. Everywhere. You got stupid people. In the real world, you got stupid people just being completely stupid. I deal with that almost all the time. at my job. Stupidity. Just stupid people. And I have to, I try to keep a straight face. I just don't want to laugh, and I'm like, and do the epic facepalm of doom. I just tell them straight up, you're like, really? I mean, really? They're thinking they can get their own way, against me, and I can say, well, this is policy, and this is this and that. They're like, I don't like your policy. I want to talk to manager. And I'm like, well, the manager's gonna say the same damn thing. Idiots. Or as we call them, Karens and Felicias, and I don't know what they call them men now. I guess you can call them Karen, or you can call them Bob. I don't know. Stupid people in America. Stupid. America and all over this fucking planet. The stupid fucking people. And they all need to be slapped in the fucking face. Just smack them right in the face. Give them a dose of reality. They don't know that bullshit ain't gonna be tolerated. You will respect our authority. And if not, well, you're gonna either get knocked the fuck out, or you're gonna be thrown the fuck out. One or the other. Or just get basically owned. That's that. Alright, I talked enough about that fucking shit. So we had Timothy Thatcher in his wrestling school, showing various submissions. So that's pretty nice. So I gave that. I gave the Cameron Grimes match 2.25 out of 5 stars. The Rhea Ripley segment with Aaliyah, I gave 2 out of 5 stars. And Timothy Thatcher's segment, I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, then you get a video from last week where we see Santos Escobar, otherwise known as El Hijo del Fantasma, and his little buddies, Joaquin Wilde, and I forgot the other dude's name, or you can call him El Legado del Fantasma, or the friends of, I don't know what Legado means in Spanish. I wish Rosa was here to tell me, but she's not here. Which is pretty good thing, but it's not. No, I'm just kidding. It's not always a good thing, but yeah, I missed my wifey. I miss her. She's coming home soon. She's shopping for stuff, but I still haven't got my fucking package yet. I ordered it on fucking June the 7th. It's June the 25th. 18 days. It was coming over from that bomb-ass company, coming over from California. It's a fucking shirt. Fucking In This Moment shirt. I haven't got it yet. It's at the post office. Where is it? Where am I going to get it? They're saying it takes, when it gets to the post office, it has to get accepted. And then it takes like 3 to 5 business days. If it got there the 23rd, it should come like now. If it doesn't come on Saturday, I'm gonna be really fucking pissed. I might have to somehow get the seller online, say, what the fuck, where's the fuck my package? They're probably like, oh, it's shipped. Track the order. It's like, I tried to track the order, it says it's here. But the post office hasn't given it to me yet. I want my fucking shirt. God forbid I get a shirt from Pro Wrestling Tees or WWEshop.com or AEWshop.com. And it takes this long to get a shirt. Get a fucking shirt. God forbid. Ugh. Fucking stupidity in America. Fucking I want my shirt. God damn it. I want to do an unboxing. That's that. Fuck that shit. All right, so we see Santos Escobar and his little buddies sending Drake Maverick to the hospital last week by putting him through a freaking table. That's that. the craziness of that. Then we see Jake Atlas concerned for Drake, and looks like he wants to get some retribution. So we get to our next match as he takes on Santos Escobar in non-title action, of course. Pretty decent match. Wasn't that great. It was a pretty decent match. Get a lot of energy from Atlas at the beginning with a nice cross body. Puts the pressure on Santos, firing off right hands, forcing Escobar to take a corner, to kind of like, whoa, hold on there, son. Get a moment. But Atlas was just like a freaking man possessed. He was going after Escobar. When he took his eyes off of him and knocked off the apron and into the plexiglass. Ow. As we go to break, we come back. Escobar still has control in the corner. Wears Atlas down, but Atlas starts coming back with some right hands on a clothesline. Then he hits a standing moonsault for a near fall. He sends Escobar out to the outside with a drop kick, then uses a moonsault to take out Raul Mendoza. That's the other guy. Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde, who are at ringside as always with Santos. Then he goes. They go back in. He gets a near fall on a headlock driver. Then he goes up top. Escobar cuts him off and brings him down with a Phantom Driver. 1, 2, 3. That was pretty sick. The Phantom Driver from the top. Oof. That's fucking sick. Like he did to Drake Maverick when he was in the stands and he came off the stands through the fucking table. It looked like Drake Maverick hit his head right on the fucking concrete floor. So I don't think he hit fully on the table. I think he might have legit got knocked the fuck out. That's why he's in the hospital right now. Probably has a concussion or some type of injury. That's that. And we move on. Chat room's open, like I said, if you want to ask me anything in the world of professional wrestling or in the world. Open forum. So come on in, join the chat. You can also got the link. Once again, here's the link to the video. Come on in, share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Get them to join in. We'll have a nice little chat, and that's pretty much it. That's that. So we get that. So I gave the Santos Escobar Jake Atlas match 2.5 out of 5 stars. Pretty good match. And they almost put on a very good match, but still pretty decent match what it was. That's that. All right, then we get a video from earlier in the day with the Undisputed Era. And it's time for another therapy session with Roddy. Well, this week, Roddy explains why he ran from the trunk last week, which was out of fear. And he thinks he can conquer his fear of the trunk today. And then we find out that Kyle O'Reilly was the therapist. He takes his glasses off like, oh, jolly old chop. And then he's like, woo, woo, woo. And Roddy's like, oh, Kyle, I'm so glad to see you. The one, the off again, on again thing with Kyle O'Reilly. I wish it was on every week, but, with this fucking virus, people want to be on 1 week, people want to be off 1 week, or want to be off 2 weeks because they have to quarantine. It is what it is. So, and Roddy's excited about Kyle being the therapist. So they go outside. Roddy gets in the trunk of a car. I don't know, his car or one of the Undisputed Era's car, maybe Adam Cole's rental car or something like that. He gets in the trunk, then he gets back, then he comes out of it, conquering his fear. But tonight, but later on, he faces Dexter Lumis, and he's like, I don't know about if I can do it, if I can fight him. So we'll see what happens with that. And that's that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And hopefully, Roddy can conquer his fear and fight Dexter Lumis and maybe beat him. Who knows? But it doesn't look like that might be the case. But we'll see what happens with that. All right, then we get a video. A video from last week where we see Imperium retaining the titles against Breeze Dungle. Thanks to Indus Sher and Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan fighting on the outside, causing a little bit of distraction. And Imperium got the win, retained the belts. And then if you watched 205 Live, we had Indus Sher going up against Oney Lorcan, and Danny Burch beat the shit out of him. Like that. So now we go to a interview with Malcolm Bivens, otherwise known as Stokely Hathaway, whatever you want to call him. He requested an interview and he's pissed. He says that Indus Sher were only out there to see who would walk out as the champions, and then he threw some threats at Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan for attacking them last week. So yeah, we're probably gonna see a little feud between these guys on NXT over the tag team division, which is starting to get pretty packed. You know, you got Indus Sher, you got Imperium, you got Breezango, you got Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, or Bobby Fish and Roddy, or anybody with Adam Cole, baby. And you got maybe another tag team, about 4 or 5 tag teams revolving around one belt, or 2 belts at this point. And yeah, we'll see what happens with them as we move on. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And that's it. All right, then we got a video package hyping the North American title match and the fact that Adam Cole, baby, will face the winner in a double title match. That's on the July 8th show. It's in 2 weeks. We get each competitor talk about their past. Gargano talking about his feud with Keith Lee and his issues with Candice LeRae and Mia Yim. Then he talks about his issues with Finn Balor. I think they showed the NXT Takeover Portland match where I think Gargano won again. No, Gargano I think lost to Finn Balor, and he turned on Tommaso Ciampa, and you know how that ended. He talks about how Balor putting NXT on the map. They talk about Keith Lee getting a hot start at the end of 2019 and continuing into 2020. And then they talk about Johnny Gargano's heel turn after he beat Tommaso Ciampa. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. We move on from there. So, good hype going into the main event. And we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. All right, then we get to our next match. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez taking on Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter, otherwise known as the KC Express. Sounds like the Kansas City Royals Express, but sounds like a minor league team in Kansas City. But big ups to Kansas City. People live in Kansas City. How you doing? Because I'm famous all over this fucking planet. Even in Mexico, Japan #1, Saudi Arabia, Africa, Canada. I'm a fucking big deal, I'm a fucking big deal. I'm the fucking man. So I am the face of YouTube. And your champion. By the way, where was my belt? Here was my belt. I am your champion. I am your fucking champion. Right fucking here, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. You got all these other doofuses on YouTube that think they're the champ, but they're not the champ. They are not the champ. I don't know. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers. I'm not the most most popular guy on YouTube. I wish I had more subs than I have now, but I'm okay with what I got, and I do what I do because I love what I do. I love talking about professional wrestling. I love talking about music and movies and sports and current events and all that other shit. So I do this for fun. I don't do this because it's my job or because I need money. Anything. I don't e-beg for subscribers. I don't e-beg for anything. I don't ask people for money. I get it the old-fashioned way. I earn my money. That's why I have a job. Some people don't have a job because they're too lazy to go out and get one. They have to e-beg for fucking money on this fucking website. And they have to do the clickbaiting just to get views and subs. I don't do that shit. I give you the real shit. And if you don't like it, well, too bad for you. Too bad. You know, you can leave your dislike. I don't give a shit. At least you viewed my video. Thank you for the view. That's that. You don't like it? Keep it moving. Go fuck yourself. That's that. That's all I gotta say about that. Fuck that. All right, so we get to Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez taking on Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. Not that great of a match. I didn't really give two shits about it. So with Carter against Raquel Gonzalez. She shoved but fires off some chops and some kicks. Gets stopped by Raquel's strength. She tags in Casey Catanzaro, who hops over Raquel and lands on Kaden Carter. Flips back in. And she has nice, it was pretty nice, all this flipping around, like nice athleticism and shit like that. Raquel Gonzalez sends Kaden to the corner, then tags out the Dakota Kai. Kaden gets free, launches Casey over her and onto Dakota Kai for a near fall. Kai turns around with a knee and gets a near fall on some double team moves. Dakota gets the hot tag, fires off on both Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. Carter rolls through a pin, hits a super kick for a near fall. And then they get tagged out, and Casey comes in, she starts fighting with Raquel. Raquel gets overwhelmed by a flurry of kicks, but she catches a running Casey as she launches herself into the air. She boots Kaden in the mush, then hits a powerbomb to Casey Catanzaro. She tags out to Dakota Kai to finish it, and Dakota locks in the Koji clutch, and Casey Catanzaro tapped out like a drunk woman, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So pretty decent match. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars, and nothing to write home about. Didn't really care. That's that. And then afterwards, Dakota looks in the camera and says that the division doesn't belong to Io Shirai, and she's in her crosshair. So that's another person you got to worry about in the NXT women's division. You got Dakota Kai, Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, Rhea Ripley, and basically those 4 people going around, going after Io's belt. So who knows who's going to be Io? Hopefully nobody, but. No, I like Io to have a nice long reign with the belt. But we'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on from there. All right, then we get to our next match. Bronson Reed taking on Killer Kross. This stemmed from a couple weeks ago when Bronson got attacked by Killer Kross. And then last week we saw Bronson beat some jabroni up. And then he called out Killer Kross from a match next week. So we'll get to the match, and it wasn't anything to write home about. Bronson got his ass handed to him. I mean, he put up a little bit of offense with some forearm shots. But Kross came back with some of his own, knocks Reed to the mat with a shot. Reed comes back with some more shots, including an enziguri. And then they both start beating each other up, in the middle of the ring. Kross hits a Northern Lights suplex. He hangs on as a clothesline. Then he hits the Doomsday Saito suplex. Then he locks in the Kross jacket, and Bronson Reed tapped out. So Killer Kross remains undefeated and gets the win. And Scarlett Bordeaux was at ringside, looking hot as always. So he gets the win, and I guess we'll see what happens to him in the next coming weeks. And like I said, he may be going into a feud with either Adam Cole or Keith Lee. Well, he should be Keith Lee because he broke the hourglass about a week or so ago. So might be Killer Kross going after the North American title or the world title if Keith Lee beats Adam Cole in 2 weeks. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. So I gave the match 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. All right, then we get an interview with everybody's favorite wrestler, yours and mine. Everybody say it with me now. Adam Cole, baby! So he's interviewed about who he would prefer to face from the main event. He says it doesn't matter to him because he'll be the same result as has been over the past 380, well, actually now, 382 days. I believe it was around 382, 383, somewhere around there. So it doesn't matter who so Adam Cole's like, I don't care. I don't care who I fight. I'm going to beat him and become a double champ, baby. Or champ, baby, as he said it. So we'll see what happens with that. And more hype to the main event coming up in a little bit. And that's that. All right, then we get another Mercedes Martinez vignette. And she says she's going to change the entire division. And she will flip it upside down. So yeah, Mercedes Martinez, another name you could throw in the hat for the NXT women's title. So they're hyping her up. So we're probably gonna see Mercedes Martinez kind of debut in NXT, even though she has already debuted in NXT. So I think she's coming back. I think she had an injury or something. I don't know. I don't care. What's that? So we get that. So I give that 2 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get to Aaliyah and Rhea Ripley. Nothing to write home about. Didn't like it. Rhea starts overwhelming Aaliyah at the start. Drop kicks her to the outside. And then right into Robert Stone. And Stone's like, talking to Aaliyah, coaching her, which leads to a neck snap on the top rope. Comes off the middle rope, but gets caught. Aaliyah pulls Rhea's hair to get free, but Rhea still tosses her around like a rag doll. Aaliyah kicks out and gets more advice from Robert Stone, but Rhea continues to toy with her. Rhea traps her in a hanging submission, but Robert Stone throws his shoe at her. Who throws a shoe? Honestly. Really? Do people throwing fucking shoes? Idiots. She chases Robert Stone around the ring, removes his jacket, and then Aaliyah tries for a cheap 1925 schoolgirl for the cheap win, but Rhea blocks it, hits the riptide, 1, 2, 3. She gets the win. Match I gave 1.5 out of 5 stars. Didn't really give 2 shits about it. So yeah, Rhea Ripley continues her winning ways, and we'll see what happens with her and Io Shirai in the coming weeks. And that's that. And we're gonna move on. All right, after that, we get to Dexter Lumis and Roddy. Yeah, this was what it was. We had Bobby Fish come out with Roddy. Roddy's nervous and he doesn't really want to fight, but eventually they get in the ring and he's even scared to lock up with Dexter Lumis. As Dexter, he's like, kill. With his menacing stare and just his presence, just freaking creepy. This leads to Roddy running to the back and getting counted out. So Dexter Lumis wins by count out. So I gave that 1.5 out of 5 stars. I think eventually Roddy will get over it and fight Dexter Lumis straight up. And maybe see if he can conquer his fear. I think he will, but we'll see what happens with that. And that's that. So I give it 1.5 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Lumis catches a pissed off Bobby Fish in his submission maneuver. I think it was the Anaconda Vice. Fish gets free and scrambles to the back. So that's that. So maybe we get Bobby Fish against Dexter Lumis next week. Not that I care, but we'll see what happens with that. And we're going to move on from there. All right. Then we go backstage. We see Robert Stone and Aaliyah speaking with NXT General Manager William Regal, Mr. Regal. And they want a rematch with Rhea Ripley. Regal's like, okay, you can have your rematch. So it's gonna be, but he throws a curveball and says that Robert Stone and Aaliyah will team up against Rhea Ripley in a 2-on-1 handicap match. So Robert Stone agrees to the match, but if Rhea loses, she has to join the Robert Stone brand. So Regal's like, well, I can't make any promises, And then Rhea shows up, and she's like, I'm okay with it. So we'll see that match next week on the program. 2-on-1 handicap match. I don't think Rhea will join the Robert Stone brand, but there might be some trickery and some shenanigans. Maybe Rhea gets forced. She loses by some stupidity, and she joins the Robert Stone brand. And we'll see what happens if she does join. Maybe it'll start her full-fledged heel run, with Robert Stone in tow. Not that I think it's going to be a good idea, but we get that. So we get that match. And then Regal announces that next week we got Tegan Nox, Mia Yim, Dakota Kai, and Candice LeRae in a fatal 4-way match for a shot at Io Shirai's NXT Women's title. I think that might go to Dakota Kai, but we'll see. So we got that at the Great American Bash. Then we got a video package hyping each woman. That was pretty nice. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then also this coming Wednesday night on the program, we got Dexter Lumis and Roddy once again, but this time in a strap match. Not an Indian strap match, a regular strap match. That should be fun. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So just a fun match that I don't give two shits about. That's that. All right, we're gonna end up shop in a little bit. So, but we get to the main event for the North American title. Keith Lee defending against Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano. Great match. It's an excellent match. Kind of almost a predictable ending, but I was thinking maybe somebody else would win the title. I was thinking Finn Balor or Johnny would win the title and then face Adam Cole, and Adam Cole will just beat the crap out of him. But like I said, in the beginning of the video, that kind of spoiled the ending. But Keith Lee gets the win. I'm just gonna abbreviate this. So but it was like a big match, a good match. We're getting near the end. Lee hits Finn up top. Johnny rolls him up with feet on the ropes for a near fall. Lee hits Johnny with a pop-up powerbomb onto Finn's back. And as the Big Bang Catastrophe, Cousin Finn wants the coup de grace, but Keith Lee gets up, and Johnny Gargano took the move. Lee then hits Finn with the Big Bang Catastrophe to retain the belt. So Keith Lee gets the win. Match I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. Very good match. So Keith Lee will face Adam Cole, baby, for both belts on the July 8th show. And we'll see what happens with that. Adam Cole comes to the ring after the match, poses with his title, holds it up in the air, and Keith Lee does the same. And then we see the graphic on the Titantron behind them. I think that was already set in stone, but but we see what happens with that. So July 8th should be a great show. Keith Lee, Adam Cole, baby, winner takes all. Who's going to come out double champion? A lot of people saying it might be Keith Lee. I don't know if they're gonna pull the trigger with Keith Lee as the champ and end Adam Cole's reign at about 300, almost 400 days. But then again, Adam Cole can win and continue on as the NXT champion and begin his second reign as NXT North American champion and be champ baby. I don't know if they're gonna do that. I guess we're gonna have to see in 2 weeks. But I'm going to pull for Adam Cole because I'm a big Adam Cole mark. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So hoping Adam Cole wins. But if Keith Lee wins, I'm not going to be mad at it because we'll all bask in his glory twice. Because he'll both be the North American champion still, and he will be the new NXT World Heavyweight Champion. But we'll see. Could be Adam Cole, could be Keith Lee. We'll have to see what happens with that. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So that's it for my NXT review. Got a little bit of talk in the chat. My good buddy Thunder Knuckles says, Peter, how do you feel about the counter programming WWE's trying to put on NXT using the WCW pay-per-view name to draw in the AEW fans? I think it's, just a ploy. They want ratings, and that's why they got a big boost in the ratings this week. They got 766,000 views. To NXT, I think got 646,000, somewhere around there. They want to start, getting ratings. They want people to watch their show now. That's why they're going to be trying to put out the Great American Bash. They're trying to, and really the Great American Bash is a July pay-per-view, so why not bring it back? I wish it was a WWE style pay-per-view, but still NXT is going to use it. And like I said, it's a ploy. It's a ploy. Vince and company want ratings. It's a ratings ploy. They just want to one-up AEW every time. That's why they'll probably make the Great American Bash a 2-night event. Next week will be night 1 with the matches that they have. And then, counting AEW's Fyter Fest Night 1, which may or may not have Brian Cage and Moxley, depending on what's going to happen with Moxley and, quarantining himself. I don't know if they're going to make him fight. I don't know what's going to happen. There's a rumor that AEW was going to be canceled because they haven't produced any live content. Bullshit. Because of this fucking virus, most of these companies are taping their shows. WWE's, even with the amount of people that got tested positive for the coronavirus, they're still taping. They're going to be doing a double taping of Raw and SmackDown this tomorrow night. Or tomorrow, I should say. So SmackDown's taped this week, as you know. I don't think we're going to see live shows in the future, because I think everything's going to be freaking taped. Pay-per-view is going to be taped, not going to be live. I don't think we're going to see any actual live shows for probably a while. I really don't know what's going to happen. And we'll see about that. So, but like I said, I think it's a ratings ploy. Just to get people watching their show next week so they can win the ratings war next week. But I think, I don't know. It might work. It might work. And that's that. All right, I got to finish this up because the woman's on her way home. That's that. Don't forget to watch the greatest wrestling show in the world, Saturday Night Savage, June the 27th. That's 2 days from now, when Thunder Knuckles takes on Atara Demas in a beat the shit out of Michael Graves challenge. Well, I hope you win. Not that I give two shits. I would have answered the challenge in beating Michael Graves, but I got other problems I got to deal with, namely Vincent Lane and Theo Price. Put one of them in the hospital. We got me and Chris Chaos are gonna finish the job and put Vinny in the hospital. But then again, Vinny's gonna come out on Warfare next week. He's gonna come out with his, flapping his fucking arms with his fucking hippie haircut, thinking he's the boss, and thinks he's gonna punish me and Chris. Here's to you, Vincent Lane. Here's to you. I dare you to suspend one of us. I dare you. We'll just pull a Big D and just run roughshod over Warfare. We'll pull a Big D on you. Remember how Big D got back on Savage? He got back at Atticus White or whatever it was, him or whoever runs Savage. Now he came back, use his noodle, do it to one of us, and you gotta pay the price for that. So that's that. So, but watch Savage. Just go on xwf99.com, check out Savage. where Thunder Knuckles takes on Atari Demus. Should be a pretty good match. But on July the 1st, you get to watch the greatest show in the XWF Warfare, where I will be taking on Hanari Carnes and Azrael Erebus in a triple threat match. Not gonna be a pretty tough match for me, but we'll see what happens with that. Maybe I'll come out of it the winner, but we'll see what happens with that. So Wednesday Night Warfare this Wednesday night on XWF99.com. So go to XWF99.com. That's all I got to say about that. All right, that's it for my review. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Thunder Knuckles and Nick Infante for coming in the chat, and anybody else who watched the video. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments down below, and what was your rating for NXT? I gave NXT a solid 7 out of 10 stars, and we'll see what happens next week at the Great American Bash. Going up against Fyter Fest should be pretty good television. We'll see what happens with the ratings next week if NXT can continue on with another win, or AEW comes back strong. But we'll see what happens with that. So that is it for my video. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your Thursday night. I'll be back tomorrow with my SmackDown review on the Killer Demons channel. So click the link, click the channel down below in the description box. Keep friending me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. Share this video all over the internet. But tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never miss a beat and never miss an upload. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So thank you for watching this video. I'm Peter Gilmore signing out. If you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's it. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace, bitches.